This patient is in pain, 60 years old. You can see the fistula tract below tooth number 26, the lower right lateral incisor. That tooth is also pushed a little further forward. When we take a look at the x-ray, you can see the radiolucency where she's had a root canal done before. She was in an accident when she was in her mid-20s and has been wearing a night guard periodically to protect the teeth from fracturing. But over time, she has worn down the teeth, and you can see how the teeth fit together like a glove in different positions. Also notice her two central incisors, upper incisors, they've been worn down, and she's actually continues to have those erupt. So they're probably about 5 to 6 millimeters shorter than normal, while the laterals and canines haven't erupted as much. Notice how the jaw is quivering. The muscles aren't comfortable being out in that area. Her conscious self doesn't like it, but you can see the glove fit, and you'll see the lower teeth coming in such a way that the teeth are putting a lot of pressure. And so she's doing that without realizing it. Here's an example of the cuspid coming forward and putting a lot of pressure on tooth number 26. And though the tooth could have possibly have had a failed root canal, with all this wear, it's quite likely that there is a problem with the tooth and having a fracture. Notice how the cuspid comes right against each other in that little groove space right there, and all that pressure is on that tooth. Now it's the tooth in front of it, tooth number 26, that actually has the problem, and right there is where she's getting a lot of pressure on that tooth. And when she grinds like that, that particular tooth is the only tooth that is touching, and she's worn down that little groove in the tooth. And with all that type of pressure, she has caused a vertical fracture to occur in the tooth. Root canal teeth are more subject to that because they just aren't as strong as a normal tooth. And you can see how the teeth are coming together and wearing them. Her jaw is on the lower left, grinding pattern right there, which isn't one that you would normally have during the day. But she's been able to find that when she's asleep. Here are some other photographs of her grinding to the left. And here are her upper teeth. You can see the crown that's been back there for over 20 years. The first molar also has a vertical fracture with a very large tooth-colored filling. And there's a quite good likelihood that that crack goes underneath the filling. Here you can see the gastric reflux that has occurred over the years for her and has removed the lingual enamel. Here are some old silver fillings, a vertical fracture on that second molar there. And this is just another photo of the upper teeth. You can see the tori that was also in the center of the palate. This is her left side. She's missing tooth number 18. You can see how she's worn down the teeth, lower teeth, and all the little holes that are in the center. There's not very much wear in the posterior area, and she hasn't lost any vertical dimension. You can see how the teeth themselves are more or less wear free, a little bit of pitting from the gastric reflux, but the teeth themselves are in pretty good condition in the posterior area. Here's the tooth in the process of being extracted. You can see the vertical fracture that's right there, and the tooth comes out in a number of different pieces. It's a little bit on the loose side, and once we have the tooth out, you can actually see the pink gutta percha material from the root canal. Also, there was a second canal, it looks like, that came together, but because it was sealed off at the end of the tooth, it was okay.